Today's Thursday, and as usual, I will start off my video with my weekly weigh-in. I'm going to also, while I'm talking about my weigh-in, my topic will sort of bleed through it. So be patient with me because I do have what I feel like is a very important topic that sometimes we overlook when we are trying to get in a healthy weight range. And it happened to me over the last 2 weeks. And hopefully because I recognized that it was happening, I've got it a little more under control. But now, first of all, we're going to talk about my weigh-in this morning. Last Thursday on January the 25th, I weighed in at 129.2. Now that was a 2-pound gain from the week before. And I was not happy with that 2-pound gain, as none of us would have been. And I really thought, okay, while I was making the video, I thought I am determined to get this weight off and I know that I can do it and blah, 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 blah. and, but I don't think that I really had things under control. And the reason I know that is when I got on the scale Monday and weighed in the middle of the week, as I always do, I was up over 130 pounds. I was almost at 131 pounds, which means I was close to gaining 2 pounds over the weekend. I knew that I had not done well. I can point to a specific time that I knew that I was overeating and made that conscious effort. I can remember saying, it's okay, I'll deal with it later. That's not the way that I need to be thinking right now, not when I'm out of my happy weight. So when I got on the scale and I had gained that much, I knew that I had to do a lot better on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I did. I was determined. Now, was it easy? No, it wasn't. Because I have spent the last 5 months eating all different kinds of amounts of foods. And so I've really got to get a hold of it again. So I did okay Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but not without struggles. Yesterday was hard. But it paid off because when I got on the scale this morning, I weighed in at 128.6. So I had lost not all of the weight that I wanted to lose because I was hoping to get back down in the 127 range, and I'm not. But I did lose 0.6 of a pound, and that's much better than what I had done last week. So now I am continuing to try to go in that kind of direction where I'm still about 3.5 pounds out of my happy weight. So I had hoped to be really close to my happy weight by the end of January. Well, today's February the 1st, and I'm still not in it. So hopefully by the end of February, I will be in that happy weight. I have to believe that I can do it, because if I lose belief, then that's going to be my downfall. And I think some of the time I've done some of that. But now let's get on to my topic for today. And it's not going to sound very encouraging, but I'm going to end it on an encouraging word. So please bear with me if you think all I'm talking about is negative, because I am here on this channel to be an encouragement to you. But I'm also here on this channel to share with you my experience, and that's what I'm doing in today's video, because hopefully you'll learn from my experience. You won't experience it. So anyway, when I got on the scale Monday, I hate to say that it wasn't last Thursday that I had this revelation, even though I sort of did. I didn't implement it. So Monday, when I realized I was over 130 pounds again, I knew that I had to do what I had said in my last video, that I knew that I was getting overconfident. You see, the first 3 weeks of January, I did well. I had lost, on January the 1st, I weighed in at 133.2. Now, that was the middle of the week, but that's still what I weighed. And then by January the 18th, which was less than 3 weeks later, I weighed 127.2, which is a loss of 6 pounds. So I had my focus in the right place. My mindset was to lose weight. I was determined to get back down in that 123 to 125 pound range, and I thought I was well on my way of doing it. And that's where the problem came. I wasn't just confident that I was going to be able to do it. I became overconfident. And that's where my problem started. I lost my focus and thought, I've got this in the bag. I can do it. I've done it the last 3 weeks. I can do it and be back in my happy weight before you know it. That was the worst thing that I could have thought. Because all it would have took was, like what I say on here often, concentrating on what I'm going to eat and taking about 30 minutes a day and understanding what I need to do so that I can get back in my happy weight. And I was still doing that to a certain extent, but I wasn't implementing it. I can do this. I can do that and then make up for it later. That's exactly what I said Saturday night. I'll make up for it later. While I was in the process of eating a dessert that I had no business eating. And so I definitely paid for it later because I gained almost 2 pounds over the weekend, and I just can't do that. Not if I have that goal. And I really thought that I had a reachable goal by the end of January, but I sabotaged it by being overconfident. So when I got on the scale Monday, I really knew that I wasn't just overconfident, but I'd lost all my focus. I had gone back to eating the portion sizes that I was eating during the last 5 months of the year and gained, somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 pounds. So my focus got back into weight loss mode. And I wish I could say that I lost those 2 pounds that I had gained last week. But honest to goodness, I'm just tickled to death that I lost anything from last Thursday, because it was a uphill battle Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I say all of this because I know that some of you are thinking, well, this isn't very encouraging, Meema, but this is truth. This is something that is my truth that I will have to live out the rest of my life. I will always have to not just think about what I'm going to eat for 30 minutes a day, but implement it. But do what I know works. And what works for me right now are the 3 things that I say all the time. I have to have my mindset to either lose weight or stay the same. I have to lower my portion sizes. That's one of the biggest things that I'm struggling with right now, is I have allowed my portion sizes to creep back up into the 5-ounce range of things that have points, or things I would not normally eat. And then the third thing is I have to track every single thing that goes into my mouth. And whether you're on Weight Watchers, whether you're counting your calories, no matter what you're doing to keep track of what you're eating, you need to do it. You need to be honest with yourself and do it. These last 3 days, because I got my focus back and got into the mode of knowing don't be overconfident, I was able to at least get 0.6 of a pound off. And I am going to try my hardest not to be overconfident anymore. That's not why I do this channel. I don't want to be struggling like I am. I want to be an encouragement to y'all because for 10 years, except for just a couple of little times, I don't want to say the word conquered, but I have learned to implement things to where I can stay in a healthy weight range. And for me, a healthy weight range is in the 120s. I know that that was around the weight that I weighed when I was in high school and an early adult. My clothes fit me best when I'm in that 123 to even 128 or 129 range. But you get me in something above 129 and my clothes don't fit me anymore. You know, this week I had to go upstairs and find some clothes that I had put away years ago in a size 10 and bring it down. And you may say, well, a size 10, I'd love to be in a size 10. Well, not when you've been in a size 6 and a size 8 for the last 5 years. You don't want to have to go back into that size 10. And so that shook me to the core, because I don't want to get out of the clothes that I'm wearing. If I do, I'm going to have to really struggle to find anything once springtime gets here. And before we know it, springtime will be here. So this week, I will leave this with you. Try your best not to live on your laurels or rely on what has worked for you the last 3 weeks if you're not implementing it at the current time. And I am confident, but not overconfident, that I'll have another loss next week. It may not be much, but I'm okay with that as long as I stay the course and remain focused and have my mindset to lose weight. I hope all of you have a wonderful week. God bless you. You don't know how much I think of all of y'all during the week. By the way, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you know anybody that could benefit from this or any other of my videos, please share. Until next week, goodbye.